Hello, yellow, everyone. Everybody tonight. Yeah? Well, everybody good? Is everybody good? We found Rumour. And I don't even know if you're going to believe me when I tell you how we found Rumour. And what was all of that about. Good night, yeah? Really up. Nice, good night, Cornell. Good night. Everybody good? Oh, no, the weather. And I can't talk about the weather. Weather's kind of go and come and touch and go. And all the rest of it. Hi, everybody. Rayan, hi. How you doing, Papa? Marcia? You alright? Alright. Everybody feel good? Ooh, everybody went to Champs? Everybody went to Champs? Who went to Champs? Or what's Champs? Huh? But enjoy Champs? Good night, sweetie. Good night. Yeah. Night. Good to see you all. Let's get right into it now because I don't want to stay as long as I stayed last week. To have a lot of things to say, just have a few things. And I want to get out of the way. Now last week, we dealt with side chick Mick, electric boobs, the woman with her body that have been with many men, date many men, dating is hard, can't find no more man to date, that kind of thing. Elaborate thing, and we deal with it. We dealt with it, yeah, elaborately. But I think that there are some things that I need to follow through because I don't want this young woman to believe, for any strange reason that might be going on in her head, believe that she can just do this and we'll knock her down a couple of times and she alright and she can just continue. I want her to understand that when we're finished tonight, when we're done with her tonight, I want her to understand the separation between she and the 1 p.m. I want her to understand it very clear tonight. I'm going to make it clear tonight so she can understand. So we're going to put a real with her. So yes, let's talk about Rumour. Because, I mean, when she said Rumour has it and all the rest of it, and we're going to talk about the guy that was interviewing her because him is the next one that we really need to take on and find out what's going on with him. So, here is something that came to me the other day, Because after the live, we're still talking about it. Me and the ladies, I'm talking about it. About, oh, she just come up and just said them something this up. There's nothing out there to suggest. Not a thing, not even a wink, not a prayer, not a breath out there to suggest that she and the Prime Minister anybody was saying anything about she and the Prime Minister. Nothing. I mean, everything now, but my light post out of half a tree and social media. How could anything like that be said by Rumour? How could Rumour has that? And nobody never heard about it until she bust it out. So it gave us pause and we have to go check it out. So we were talking about it some more. And in talking about it some more, one of the ladies said something that got my heart really running. While we're talking about one young lady, one woman, while we were talking, that's not Michelle, how we're talking. And somebody said, I wonder if she say it, when she say it is wish for it to happen. Or somebody said, yeah, she was just wishing for that to happen, or she hoping for that to happen. That's why she said it. And because she's a woman who never take home any man to her yard yet, and she date many men, and she have a bag of men that she date, and dating is hard, you can't put nothing past her. That is possible. That she put it out there in order to say she can will it to happen. And as a person said that, something came to me and I had to check it out. So I want to tell you this story. I want you to listen to me carefully. Because I cannot believe it myself that this is a possibility. It's a possibility that she might have really done this based on what I'm about to tell you. So hear this. There's a show on Netflix called The Umbrella Academy. Oh yeah. Very far out show about science and time travel and all kind of thing. It's a weird show, but it's funny. And the only reason why I went to watch it is because Ellen Page was on it at that time she was a woman. She's now a man, so she's Elliot Page. So she was in it. And I like to watch movies with Ellen Page at the time before she became Elliot Page. I still like to watch movies. She haven't made anything since she turned Elliot Page, but you know. So that's why the reason why I'm saying, oh, check out this. This look funny. The Umbrella Academy. What is all this about? Somebody decided to watch it. 4 seasons of it. And here's what the Umbrella Academy is about. If you have never watched it, and I'm sure you are going to watch it after this. The Umbrella Academy is about a quack scientist. Let me tell you what it's all about, really. It's all about children being born by strange circumstances. For example, one young woman was in the pool, about 15 years old. She jumped off in the pool and break, excitement, blood, and when they take her out, she gave birth to a baby. All kind of strange things was happening across the world, according to them, where people, young women, were giving birth to children, virgin people who have never had sex, and in strange circumstances, in strange places. According to the series, about 200 of those children were born. And one quack scientist, Reginald Hargreaves, decided that he was going to buy himself some of them children there. So he bought himself about 7 of them. Alright. Now these children born with special abilities. Some of them strong, them can do things, them have powers, so to speak. And Reginald Hargreaves got 7 of them. Of the 7 that he got, 1 died. When they were children, they were like superheroes. Catch bank robbers, people who do bad things, and all of that. Then they grew into adult. While they were kids, one of them died. And in the series continuously referred to him. Because I think maybe just 1 time or twice we saw him in the series. Of the 6 that was left, there was Luther, who was strong and eerie, and Reginald sent him up to space, him up by Mars, studying Mars and all kind of thing. Got hurt in Mars and looked strong and eerie. So there was Luther, good guy. Not that rest of them have a good heart, him do the right thing, that kind of guy. Then there is the mad one, what him name? Let me have them name here. Let me get the name for you. Then there was Diego. Now Diego was the one with the knife. Good night, everybody. Share the live, please, and give it a like up right away. Then Diego was the one with the knife. Oh, well, listen to me. I promise it's going to be good. So Diego was the one with the knife. Always thinking of some kind of, well, he's a psychopath with a knife. With several knives, actually, because he loved to, do the knife thing. So there was him. Then there was Claus. Claus was the one now who basically could convince people to follow him and to do things. He was leading a cult. He was a drug addict too. And then the 3 most interesting of the 6 was 5. 5 is a little teeny one. Little beanie fellow, who liked to travel in time. I think Aidan Gallagher is his name, played a role. And him travel in time, and every time him try to travel far, him end up not going far until one day he goes so boof and go into time and ended up in the apocalypse and spent about 50 years in the apocalypse. So it's that kind of funny show. But it's very good, I can tell you. So there's 5. Then there is Vanya, played by Elliot Page. At the time when she started playing in the first 3 seasons, she was Ellen Page. She played a woman in the first 3 seasons. And it started off thinking that she don't have any power. And then one day, she just got this everlasting power, which kind of think of things and do all kind of things and blow up lakes and all that kind of things that she can do. But her power came late because Reginald thought that she didn't have the power, so he treat her bad. Of course, children with power, born under these kind of circumstances, have called a rich father, a rich quack scientist daddy, and Reginald was married to a robot which he made, so it's a strange show. And So there was Vanya, played by Ellen Page, stroke Elliot Page. Then there was Five, who is basically the mastermind of the family, smart like hell, and all of that. And then there was Sloan. There was Sloan. Now, Five have the ability to time travel. Vanya have the ability to blow up stuff and do all kind of foolishness. Diego is the knife man. Luther is the one up in space studying Mars. And the next, and Klaus is the madman, the junkie. And then there is Sloan. Sloan is black, beautiful, curvaceous. I mean, Sloan a hot girl. What is Sloan's power in the show? Sloan's power in the show is she can say something and it becomes reality. It just happened. And the words that Sloan used to make things happen are, you get it right, rumor has it. Oh yes. Sloan could just say, rumor has it this, and somebody just do it. For example, there's a scene in the movie, not a movie, it's a series. There's a scene in the series when all the children seem to, the series run through timelines. So 1 minute they're in 1968, the next minute they're in 1952, next minute they're in 1940, that kind of thing. So in one of the timelines, Sloan was in 1960s America, in the South. And Sloan have this black guy, boyfriend, and the white man them come to beat up black people. It was placed right in a historical context when people were being beaten, where black people couldn't sit at the same in the same cafe. And Sloan would just go into the cafe and have the white man pour the milk, and Sloan just whisper, rumor has it that you continue to pour that milk. And the man just start pour the milk, till it turn over. So our black boyfriend is gonna be beat up by one of the policeman, the man Sloan say, rumor has it, you're going to just walk away. And the white guy the policeman just walk away. Because that's Sloan superpower. Rumor has it. And it was when we were having that discussion, and somebody said, oh, what if she was trying to say it in the hope that it would happen? And I said to him, I said, damn, it looked like side chick Nick watch Umbrella Academy and decided to come out here, come try it on us. That's not a conclusion we could possibly reach. That she go watch the Umbrella Academy and believe that she's Sloan, because Sloan is curvaceous. I mean, Sloan don't have false matter. Sloan was played by Genesis Rodriguez. No, I thought she was related to Michelle Rodriguez. No relation at all. But Genesis Rodriguez is a very curvaceous and beautiful black woman. So, no more than Nikisha Burchel decide that she watched the Umbrella Academy and she's going to try it. Rumor has it that I'm dating the Prime Minister and hope that that will happen. Well, you're not slow, Nikisha. You're not slow. You're not slow. And the reason why I decided to continue it tonight, is because there's a few things I want to clear up with Miss Nikisha, so that there is no misunderstanding. So if she'd have watched the Umbrella Academy and she decided that she's Sloan and she wanted to come talk about rumor has it that I'm dating the Prime Minister, and then bam, it happened because she's Sloan. She had the superpower to speak it into being by using the words rumor has it. There's a part in the show where another person who has similar power take away Sloan power. I mean, by the time Sloan just said rumor has it, there was this cheeky girl that she played by, I can't remember her name because her name is funny. It's this black girl. She has a very funny name. Play a lot in a lot of shows she is. So maybe Nikisha Burchel was trying that. And I can't imagine for the life of me that a parliamentarian representing people would go around thinking that she can actually say something into being and have it happen. The other reason why I decided that I'm not going to put it down yet is this. The host the YouTube channel that she was on that day. The host. I'm not calling him name, I don't know him name, and thank God I don't. I don't want to know him name, and not call him name and not give him no big up. At the point when she said that, rumor has it that she's dating the Prime Minister. This idiot started saying something like, let me get it right, because I don't want to tell a lie on him. So let me get what he said right, because I have it down here. It's just something like, God forbid, and to the pan, yeah. Don't want to name, because clearly that is a friendly interview. Him with him foot them all the way up on him lap, and she likewise with her legs crossing and the shorty clothes, looking like the slut that she is, and him looking like a dirty slut as well. Now I said to myself when I watch it back and watch him, God forbid, because basically what he's saying is that female man look better than the Prime Minister. That must be what he's saying. Why would a man say that? Unless your man girl look better than, you think your man girl fatter and rounder and darker and trapped in like the madman, same one that trapped in man him love. I mean, maybe that. Why would you say something? God forbid, you're a man sitting down with a woman and describe all her sins as a young woman. And she said something like that, and you, the man doing the interview, never have any respect for yourself or the Prime Minister of the country to say no. And take a different kind of a stance that would, if your platform is a serious platform, but clearly it's not a serious platform, it's a PNP platform, it's created to entertain sluts like Nikisha Burchel. Because why would you say that? God forbid. Looking like a big dirty girl. God forbid. God forbid. God forbid what? God forbid what? What? Your guy look better than the Prime Minister? Show him what I could see him. Put him out there, I could see him. I could do a match up. Because I now mince a word with you, know. I don't know. Mince word with you. I not be nice, we don't know. Now is that time for nice, so too out of order. You who doing the interview with this slut, with this little whore, come to your channel and tell you, say, she is a whore. And she has been a whore all her life. She has been a whore for so long that she has never taken no my man to meet her mother. Never taken no my guy to meet her mother. Because she couldn't take over man to meet her mother. You know why? All the man that she did there was OPM. All of them was OPM. Other people, man. Other people, man. So she couldn't come nobody to meet her mother. So that in itself, and she don't realize that her mother know her very well, you know. Because mothers know their children. You know. So that's how didn't care my mother know. Didn't care my mother know, say him is a nasty, dirty dog. She knows, but it's her child. She loves him. She want the best for him. She pray for him. But there's not much she can do except pray for him. Because him get an education. And him moving and him going places in her mind. But she knew him as a dirty boy. She knew him sins because she had mother. Just like Nikisha Burchel mother. She knows that all the men them that you're hanging out with are OPM. Other people, man. So you couldn't carry on, go introduce them to her. Because those are not your man. Those are not free men. Because you couldn't carry bunting and introduce her to your mother. All of the other entertainers them where every minute them name is attached to another girl and another girl, a baby mother there. So you couldn't carry none of them there either. No politician, you couldn't carry none of the business people, you couldn't carry all a bunting friend them, you couldn't carry. No, you couldn't. Because those are other people, man. So you couldn't carry them, introduce them to your mother. Not at all. Not at all. And so you and this dirty boy sat down there talking about, God forbid, God forbid, God forbid, like a big dirty girl. You see him, you need to go watch it back. You need to go watch him back. God forbid. Oh yeah, God forbid. God forbid she wishing to have a relationship with the Prime Minister for Mrs. Holness to kill him. And we don't want Mrs. Holness to kill the 1 p.m. We want him around here. So, God forbid, show up your man, dot him, show up your man. Come off and nasty up. Because I watch it again and it dawned on me that you were also very rude. You running a platform and you interviewing a member of parliament who come there half naked and open their crotches in front of you, and you're not interested because you lock them, your foot crossed the other way, thinking about your guy, who you believe is hotter than the Prime Minister, because God forbid, what else could that mean? If not God forbid, look like a real big girl. You know, them man who always want to believe that I'm a bigger woman now, them one there. And we don't know their name. Well, let's put it this way. You have a platform and you're interviewing. Wouldn't it have been wonderful for you to have that platform and invite Nikisha Burchel, and then next week you invite another female politician, if it was a good platform, to actually talk to female politicians about, you know, personal stuff. See if any of them in the OPM group, you know, other people man thing, you could do that. But no, you clearly into gratification of this girl and gratification of Fidem ilk, because you all on kind of building up a thing against the Prime Minister. Let me warn you, sir, and this is friendly warning. It is your platform. You're free to do anything you want. You can talk about anything you want. You can criticize the Prime Minister as a Jamaican citizen. If you vote, if you do a vote, you have no such right. But if you vote, you can't criticize the Prime Minister. Because, and I don't know if you can, because election have consequences. Maybe the other guy you vote for, if you vote for the other guy, don't criticize the Prime Minister. Well, man, what you do? You can't criticize the Prime Minister as a right. But if you have a platform and 100 people are watch, don't you think you have a responsibility to that 100 people? If you have not yet aligned yourself to something, like I have aligned myself to something, but it's my platform, I can talk about anything I want. But if you have not aligned yourself to something, and you got this big fish, this big girl will come on your program and tell her that she's a whore, and she moaning and groaning about dating is hard because she can't find a man of her own, because she deal with everybody else, man, other people, man. She is the head of OPM, and you know, and she moan and groan about dating is hard. It's hard because all the other people, man, them have smarty. Them have them wife, and then them have other people too, so you know, you your thing. And she a moan and groan, and you there back her up, chatting quick about, ooh, God forbid. My name is Karen Cecilia Cross. Anybody should tell you, and you want to talk about it with me, please do. I'd love for you to talk to me about it, or say what you want about it, because there's a thing in this country where people believe that yes, everybody have a choice to make, and you can choose John, or you can choose Paul, you can choose orange, and you can choose green. But at the end of the day, whichever one you choose, you must have it in your head that election have consequences, and the vote that you make, that X beside whatever symbol that you make, will be the judge of your character and your future. Plain and simple. Are you a patriotic Jamaican? Are you in it for Jamaica, or are you in it for a white man and for yourself? What exactly are you voting for? So if God forbid it's about the fact that you didn't vote, then maybe you need to shut up. If God forbid is that you're bad man because the Prime Minister actually look better than your man, then chalk up. But we could see your man, so we can have a fair fight. We can't just throw that out. So we don't like to see him. Put him out. We could see him. To say if him look as good as the 1 p.m. Huh? So do that. So mainly that I want to say about to you and Miss OPM, Nikisha Burchel, to make you understand. But I don't do it, you know, because I'm going to talk to Nikisha Burchel tonight like I am Mrs. Holness, because I want her to understand what she did and what she stepped into, and her future behavior is going to depend on how I handle her going forward. Her future behavior is going to depend on how we deal with you, young lady. So may I give it to you plain and simple. We're not carrying no grudge feel. We're not carrying no bad feelings to you. Well, certainly not me. I am saying that the good people of South St. James, because of the next JLP MP that was here, he was the one who caused all of this. Why the good people of South St. James decided that they're going to elect you and some man will decide say them now them now go with the next JLP man and allow you to win. Don't forget that, you know. You never win, you know. PMP people make you win. It's labor rights make you win. It's the labor rights. You're going in the morning with the whole heap of money in the morning when I support the JLP candidate. Say, all right, they're going to do that. Don't forget that, you know. We have that down to pat. Don't forget that. Your win was not by the PMP people. Your win was by the JLP people who refused to go vote for Omar Davis and some man decide to give you the vote. So let me remind you of that. That's the first thing I want to remind you, because I want everybody to understand that everything is about politics. Don't bring no politics to this. What do you mean? Don't bring no politics to this. When your rice and peas now cook, it's politics. When the gas now run, the car is politics. Internet cut off, politics. The world is politics. So I want you to have an understanding of what I'm about to say to you next, so you can be careful how you go about your business next. Remember, you know the parliament where Mrs. Holness was just presiding as the Speaker of the House in King Charles's Parliament, and you were there, get your wife, look like a dirty girl because you dream, or where you were saying rumor has it, and you thought you were Sloan, and it never come to pass. You need to go back and watch Umbrella Academy and see if Sloan can help you with that. But you need to, whatever it is you need to do. So you and this guy who take this dirty stand against the Prime Minister, I'm going to teach all on a lesson. If it takes me the rest of my life, I will teach you that lesson, that we need to understand that the Prime Minister of the country, whoever that is, whoever that person is, the Prime Minister of the country demands ultimate respect. You can't make joke, do memes, can't have things. All over the country, all over the world, them do it against their leaders. But when you go out in public and you go in and you talk things, it's a small country we live in, It's a small country, We're big, but it's a small country, Yeah, 2.5 million people. We're small. We don't really about 3 million people. Yeah, maybe. America have 350, 360 million. Anybody can go up on social media and call him Mr. Trump a quack. Yeah. And that get lost in the scheme of things, because higher ranking people are calling him genius, or higher ranking people calling him a quack. So when you say a quack, don't really mean nothing to nobody. But in down here, it matters that the Prime Minister of the land demands respect. And the only way you can decide that as a parliamentarian, you're going to go out in the public sphere and do the things and say the things that you said, and going to the parliament or do that. Get your wife, but do that. It's because you believe that you should not have any respect for the office of the Prime Minister. You believe that. But then again, this is an office that you're aspiring to be. So you wouldn't mind then if we just knock you around for a little bit. Just knock you around and knock around your white master, because him is the next Prime Minister of Jamaica. And who will have this thing on the head that we can go around and just chat any kind of crap. It's not right, young lady. It's not right. Because you sit in the parliament. So hear me good. Hear me good. You and Mr. Man, we're talking about God forbid, snarky and silly fool. God forbid. Yeah. It appears to me that you're on some kind of nasty vendetta. And I understand your vendetta. You had made a point in a one WhatsApp leak them that sync, because there's a WhatsApp leak sync, Nobody think it's not what we do. And the WhatsApp leak sync, all we do is just make people see it and remind them of it. And that sync, And in one of those WhatsApp leaks, you had made a point, Nikisha Burchel, that you are only here to make sure that your main OPM becomes PM. Remember? Let me say that in English for you. You said in the WhatsApp link that your only responsibility and duty is to make sure that Peter Bunting becomes Prime Minister. And you failed bad. And him now going to become Prime Minister. So I understand your angst. I do. Because you were hoping to be a real OPM without an OPM. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Real OPM. And you fail. And I understand. I understand that you're looking at Andrew Holness and you're saying, I should have my OPM that. I should have my OPM over that. So go give to your wife. I understand. Dial it back a little bit, man. Just dial it back a little bit. Alright? Just dial it back a little bit. Because we're not going to tolerate it from you, or we're not going to tolerate it from anybody else over that right section there. I do see Dawes apologizing there to Desmond McKenzie in the parliament. Because him doing an apology video and all of that don't make no difference. In the parliament, him said, and the parliament, him go put it on record. But we don't talk about Dawes, you will talk about Nikisha Burchel. Now, Mrs. Holness can't answer you. She can't. For obvious reasons. Mrs. Holness is the Speaker of the House. But before she was the Speaker of the House, she's a daughter who has a mother. And she's a wife to Andrew Holness, who happens to be the Prime Minister. It could have been anything, it couldn't be anything else, but he's her husband. She's a mother of 2 handsome boys. She's a sister. She's a friend. I don't know if she's an aunt. She's a daughter-in-law. And she's doing her utmost best to avoid skank like you. Dirty, careless whores like you. She's doing her utmost best to avoid it. So I'm imagining in my head that should Mrs. Holness want to say something to you, this is what she would say. And I hope that I don't say anything. Mrs. Holness, don't take it bad. Don't take it bad, Mrs. Holness. Because I know you can't answer, but I want to answer for you. I want to answer for you. Really, I do. I feel I need to. Mrs. Holness would say to you, Miss Burchel, I have known Andrew Holness since we were kids hanging out at school. We were boyfriend and girlfriend. I took him home and introduced him to my mother. Because him wasn't an OPN. He was fair man. He was my man, so I can't remember introduced me to my mother. And he introduced me to his. And we got married. And we're parents to 2 boys. And I love him. And he loves me. And we have issues like every other married couple. Our issues are even compounded by the fact that he's the Prime Minister. I'm his wife. I'm a member of Parliament in my own right. And I'm Speaker of the House in my own right. So that even make it more complicated, so to speak. We have been in good times and bad times. We have had our ups and we have had our downs like every other normal married couple. And we might not be a very normal married couple right now, but there was a time when we were normal. There was a time when we were broke. There's a time when we were worried about things like what normal Jamaicans worry about now. Thank be to God. He's a member of Parliament, I'm a member of Parliament, and we earn good salary, and I have a business, and we have a little thing, and we're not broke. That's what I said to you on behalf of Mrs. Holness. And I'm trying to do my level best as the Speaker of the House. I'm trying to strike a balance to ensure that everybody get a fair chance to say what they want to say, but following the rules. But on the 28 over there, sir, on the 28 set of Jezebels and demons over there. Now, Mr. Holness, I call them, but I put in them words there. On a Jezebel and demon, on come to this rock and to mash up. Because if you can't have it, I don't think nobody else should. But I'm a Jamaican. And in my mind, I'm choosing Jamaica in every respect. And I'm standing with my husband in every respect. And he and I are standing together as wife and husband, Prime Minister, Speaker of the House, mother and father, hopefully grandmother and grandfather soon in the distant future. Yeah, I have witnessed people beat him up unfairly. I have heard the snarky remarks, the lies, the attacks, the witch hunts, everything. He's not perfect. After all, we're politicians. We're not supposed to be perfect people. We're supposed to be very, very imperfect people. That's all we got. I suspect, Miss Burchel, that one of the reasons you have such angst against us is because I call you out about your dress code in the parliament. So I want to remind you that this parliament, as shabby as it is, represent the people of Jamaica. All of them that came out and voted on September 3rd. And a majority of them voted for us. And the people of South St. James voted for you. And in this parliament, there's a hierarchy. Yes, there is. I am the speaker. You are the member. I have to ensure that the rules are followed. You have to ensure to follow them. And if you don't, we are going to be in hot water. Being the parliament and the King of England, Charles III, is our ceremonial head of state. It requires a certain level of dress, Miss Burchel. You should know that. You're an educated girl. I mean, you can't carry a man to your mother bit, but you're educated. I mean, you're educated in all kind of things. Mrs. Holness, I'm going to joke you with something, man, trust me. You should know that. Your dressing, coming to the parliament, is an important thing. It's a mark of respect. Not for me. If you don't respect me, fine. But respect the chair of the speaker. Respect the house. Respect the concept. Respect the history. Look at me. And that be Miss Holness now. Look at me, Karen Cecilia. Look at borrow a jacket for coming to the parliament because I couldn't go just so. I need a jacket. Back to Mrs. Holness. So when I call you out on your dress, I did so calmly and respectfully, and clearly you're vexed about it, and I know you can't get over it. Cut it out. Stop it, man. We are big people. Because me a big man, and you are still whatever. You know what you are. You not tell the guy the other day. Yeah, you not tell him that you can't get no date, and because you have about other people man, you can't come nobody home to your mother. Dating is hard because you have on the false bottom. Dating is hard because you have the false breast. Dating is hard because you put up an injection and you lick them. Dating is hard. Yeah, what? 40 something? What? How old are you? Dating hard. So, Miss Burchel, let's keep the respect high for each other. And don't go upon no more program. But tell people about your dream about my man. Because I'm my man. Him is not an OPM. Him is just the Prime Minister for OPM. Alright, for that joke aside. Yeah, we have the opposite of the Prime Minister, which is OPM. I'm the Prime Minister. But him is not other people man, Nikisha Burchel. Him is my man. My man. Yeah? My big head man, my big nose man, my brown nice bunny nose man, and my man. So stop with your wet dream them and go in public and behave like you're Sloan. You're not Sloan, and this is not the Umbrella Academy. Don't go out there and talk about rumor has it. You have no such superpower. So cut it out. But no more of that. And that's what Mrs. Holness would want to tell Nikisha Burchel. You agree? Tell me if you agree. I think Mrs. Holness I want to bust up some liberty for that too. Alright? So yeah. So that is. So we found Rumour, and that is what it was about. Choose respect. Choose respect. Choose respect every single day. Just choose respect. And you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong. So Nikisha Burchel, you can't say me never did that warn you. So next time, if you ever come out to you, somebody ever asks you, how you kind, how go on. And everybody will have this life as a reference point to say that Karen Cecilia told you to stop with the whole heap of rumor has it thing and show some respect and go and see if you can find yourself. I would man still about, because if you're down with the politicians them, and you're down with the musicians them, and you're down with the dancehall people them, and doctors, lawyers, Indian and chiefs, if you're done with them people there, we still got cokeheads. Yeah, we have cokeheads, we have masons, we have man who just hustle, empty garbage for people. Some of them man is still about single. You have what man about still, man? Dating is not hard. You have a nice curvaceous body. You're not slow, but you have a curvaceous body. I'm sure we have a whole cokehead about you. We have a whole man boy with us do normal hustling. We have some mason about you make good money. If you want me hook you up, let me hook you up, because talk to Bunch and him know me good at hooking up with us. So talk to him. He probably don't want me hook you up with a body still, but but talk to him. Because him know that I'm a hook up person. Link him up. Arrange something. I mean, I'm not arranging nothing for you. Not arranging nothing for no whore, no slut dog, no girl when have no ambition and no pride and no behavior. Not arranging nothing for her. Arrange things to decent people. But I am game. If Mercat is game, I'm game. And if you want me set up something, let me know. We can set up something for you. Come with a cost to it, That's how it works. So, my dear child, check your Rumour has an argument and can it. Just go can it, man. Nobody no. Rumour has it nothing with you, because it is utter disrespectful and out of order behaving like that and all the rest of it. Now, I can tell you this, people. I want to talk about the war, but I don't know where to begin to talk about this war with Iran and Trump. But the first thing I would say, and it's a serious matter, so I'm not going to make any jokes about it. It's a very, very serious matter. When Trump first decided to go down on Iran, it was the choice that Trump made. So Netanyahu just showed Trump the video with him. It is said by some people that Netanyahu have the video because the whole thing is about the Jeffrey Epstein thing. It's about the Epstein thing. So when Trump itched that him now attack Iran and the Epstein thing blew, Netanyahu came with a video. I'm so see the video. Part of the Epstein file was talk about some 14 or 15-year-old child that was at Epstein Ranch and bent down in front of Trump, doing what Trump asked for, and she bite him and he beat her. And so it is said that that's the video. Mr. Netanyahu show Mr. Trump. I don't know. So go over here. Now, knowing Trump and that his mind is a little bit... Mr. Trump is a selfish man. It's all about him. And with that, he may go off and he may go do what Netanyahu asks him to do. What's the strangest thing about world politics, and I want to choose my word very carefully, I say some of these things, but one of the things is that when leaders are caught in compromising position, they tend to do things to save themselves. I said it before, I believe I was the first person to say it here on YouTube, certainly in Jamaica, that the Epstein thing wasn't as it seemed, and everybody was looking at the wrong thing about how much children, it is the right thing, but it was the wrong thing for everybody to look at, and then suddenly everybody starts to the right thing. The right thing was this vast conspiracy must have been led by Israel, which explain how the war and the bombing, and every time something happened, 2 more bombing and all that rest, until it reached down, and the US basically losing this. So yeah, there's no other thing to explain except that it was some Israeli thing that was controlling Epstein, give him all the money we want, make him buy everything we want, to compromise as much white Christian men of power, but white and Christian, not Jewish, to compromise them, most of which are a load of them who have to walk away from their international positions and their big positions in them banks and them companies and them organizations because their name come up with Epstein. And I know already where all of that was going, but it gets stopped in its track. Because God forbid had Epstein been able to carry it out and compromise more. God forbid if he had gotten to, say, King Charles. God forbid if he had gotten to, say, a British Prime Minister. Oh, Lord, man. I mean, Israel, or some people in Israel or supporting Israel, have this elaborate plan to humble, because Israel is one of the longest mourning and groaning grouping of people that constantly live and strive on victimhood, because they have been the victims of the Holocaust and the entire world must pay for it. While them control economies and control banking and do all of that. And yes, that is a big picture of all of that have led the world, that led US now into this thing with Iran. And I wanted to say that because I want to put it into context for you. Not beating up Israel and not beating up Jewish people. I have Jewish friends, but I mean, it is clear. Nobody can hide it anymore. Nobody can go around it anymore. It is crystal clear. Everybody see it. And everybody talk about it. But people can't get to talk about the connections now because people are now covering the war itself with Iran. I don't know if any of you have ever watched a movie named Argo. I'm trying to remember when Argo was released. I don't know if it's 2012 or one time. But Argo is a movie about a CIA agent who went into Iran and rescued about 6 or 7 American diplomats from the embassy. Now here what happened, and the movie is about the Iran hostage in 1979. It was. What happened in 1979? The Shah of Iran was deposed. The Iranian people them overthrew him, run him away, they don't want nothing to do with him. And then, a couple of months after that, the United States offered him to come to the US for medical treatment. Once the US offered him that medical treatment, the Iranian people start to riot and go out all kind of things because they felt that the US was about to reinstall him because they were the ones who installed him in the first place, and then the Iranian people threw him out. So the Iranians have got very, very antsy that the US is trying to install him by granting him a visa to go to the US for medical treatment. And so that triggered off a revolution into Iran. What it triggered off was the revolutionary guards them stormed the US embassy, had a whole bunch of hostages in the embassy, and was holding them ransom until the US meet them demand. In the middle of that, a couple of diplomats escaped through a back door and ended up in the Canadian ambassador's residence, where they hid out until the CIA was able to organize to bring them home. Now that's what Argo was about. It stars Ben Affleck starred in the show, him and John Goodman, like a good combination. It was a good movie, a massive movie. It was a big hit, made about maybe about 230 million or a little over that when it came out. It was a big movie, and some aspect of the movie covers reality, where the CIA actually created a movie, an international movie, set up a company and all kind of thing, and to go down there to go rescue the hostages who were hanging out in the Canadian ambassador's residence. And one CIA agent, played by Ben Affleck, one of his best roles, I thought, and he got them out. And when he got out those hostages with false identification, saying that they are movie producers and they're coming to Iran for the movie producing and all of that, and they got out through a Swiss Airlines, and all hell broke loose. From that happened in 1979, the Iranians have not forgiven the United States. Worse, Canada, because Canada was the ones who sheltered those diplomats and kept them there until Ben Affleck get them out there, or the CIA get to. It was an elaborate plan, very elaborate plan. Things that people can't even talk about the way it was, but people still look like it was released after that. Some of it was declassified, and some of it. That was 1979. How much years that? How much years that? That is almost 50 years, if I'm not mistaken, or close to 50 years. Iran has been planning a war with the United States from that day. The Iranians vowed, the Revolutionary Guards in Iran vowed that they will, America will pay, and Canada will pay, and everybody will pay. From that day onwards, Iran has been planning for this moment, because from that day onwards, every American president have been threatening Iran for one thing or the other. Them enriching uranium to build bombs, them having all this and them doing all of that, and some of them say them not have it, and some of them not doing that. So when Mr. Trump and the President of Mr. Netanyahu decided them to go down there, them went down there as blind people. They were blind. And let me tell you what I mean, blind. The CIA has operatives all over the world. Operatives everywhere. Every goddamn place you can think of. Except Iran. Because every time a CIA operative tried to get an Iranian to work with them, it ended up being that the Iranian was working for the Iranian and not them. They always disappear. So a CIA agent might get for going to Iran undercover. I might get two Iranians to say, "More you work with me, we want to take them down, Ray." And in 2 months, him disappear. You don't see him again. He wasn't working with you. Him working for him government. Them cannot get in. Huh? What? So them cannot get any kind of intelligence out of Iran. The CIA never have any kind of operation in Iran. Oh, I believe when I tell you that. They have tried, but never, ever, never take. Which is why it is where it is now. And I can tell you this, that when Mr. Trump came out and said that the operation is for regime change, I kind of wondered to myself, and many other people, because I hear Rachel Maddow with it, and some other people with it, if it was regime change that you seek, then you would start by engaging the people by first turning on the internet. Give people access to internet so that they can say, "Bring down Revolutionary Guard, we want freedom, ray, ray, ray." Then you could start by doing that. But you never do that. You never try to rile up the Iranian people inside Iran by, first of all, turning on the internet. That would have been the first thing. That would have been the very first thing. Turn on the damn internet. Give them internet that them can communicate. But you didn't do that. But first, America went into this with the same way America's gone into pretty much everything that them ever war, that they always lose and end up with boots on the ground and stay for years and then come out with nothing and leave us spending millions and trillions of dollars and nothing coming out. Bombing. Them start bomb the country. Them start sending bombs and drop bombs. And if you just seek regime change and they start drop bomb, you're going to lose the people who would support you. Because before you drop the bomb, these are citizens up against the government. These are citizens inside up against the government. The moment you drop bomb, it's no we against the foreign power. You have absolutely no support on the ground. Historically, that has been the case. But America just never ever learn from those things. Never yet. Them can't learn. So them go and them go bomb. And them go out with all kind of antics. Now if they could kill 300 Iranian leaders in one day and boast about it, they would. But they can't. Because they don't know where they are. So basically, them going in there, them went in there blind. Them not have no agents on the ground. Them not have no body for back up on the ground after them bomb. So even if citizens within Iran would have wanted to support a removal of the regime, them can't support it once you start drop bombing in them yard. That's it. So Netanyahu believed that this was going to be Gaza. It was going to be a walk in the park for him. They don't have no communicate. They don't have any kind of agents on the ground. There's not an espionage activity going on in Iran. Iran is the only place in the entire world, because even in Russia and every other place, you have American infiltration through philanthropic organization or through world organization set up with CIA agents and them to go there. Basketball players, doctors across borders, all of them. So all of them always have a CIA agent and them or something like that. So none of them people in Iran, none of those people are in Iran. So everybody went in there blind, not knowing what Iran has. And guess what? Iran have everything. Every damn thing. There are news that will not come out in the news. You can't hear nothing. You can't hear nothing because some things are being kept quiet. Like, just last week Tuesday, I believe it was last Tuesday, that there was an air war and America lost about 50 of its most valuable fighter jets. Not a peep out to anybody about that. America lost about 50 of its fighter jet. Yes. That is what I know to be true. And nobody can talk about it because nobody know what. Because America's still trying to find out what happened. Except that them fighter jet, them get blown out. And they don't know what to do about that. Before you start attacking and bombing people, you know, there's a thing that will go on in the country where people say, "Why me I'm not with them," but you start bomb, and you know, it's not something. There's no precision to it. It never work. There's no evidence that air power alone can destabilize a country or destabilize a government or push anybody out of power. No, there's no evidence of that. You know, them tried with Saddam, and that don't work them out to send people down there. Anyway you take it, them have to send people down there. So now, a number of things, apart from the fact that America is losing and they don't know what Iran has. And when I say them don't know what Iran has, I mean they don't know what Iran has. Because Iran has so much weapon. They're frightened. They are frightened by the fact that Iran has so much weapon. They are frightened by the fact that Iran's strategy is a 40-year strategy that's been building for the last 40 years. You know, fine-tune every year, fine-tune every time that there's a new Shah. And then you went and killed them leader. And when you kill them leader, you don't kill a president. You don't kill a prime minister. You kill them spiritual leader. That's a next level thing. Them get fanatic about that. You kill them spiritual leader. Because I care what about with the Revolutionary Guard. The key of them problem is with the man them with the guns. Them spiritual leader, him a God. And you kill him, you can't get the support from the country anymore about that. And so, everything now going to earwire. And America losing planes, losing drones. Hormuz lock off. Them could have, Mr. Trump could get up every day. And say, what I say. The strait is totally controlled by Iran. Now them drop the SSS Tripoli down there. The SSS Tripoli down there for a couple of days now. With ground troops, with special forces. But I don't know if you do. But I don't know if you do, but I don't know where to go. Because Iran have it locked. Iran have it locked. So every day you get up is a new thing. How this going to end? You and I are the same boat. We don't know. But it's one thing I know. Iran not losing. Iran not losing because them blind. Them don't know what Iran has and them don't know where they are. Whatever uranium them have down there for make a nuclear bomb, them don't know where that is either. Them don't know where none of Iran weapons are stored. Them don't know the caves, them don't know the lay of the land. Think about that. They don't know. They truly, really don't know. Them flying blind. Then except him is the last person on the face of the earth to even have any knowledge. And then to add to all of that, America's usual allies are basically helping Iran. How are they helping Iran? Quietly passing on information to Iran. Quietly negotiating with Iran. Quietly. Not selling no secrets. Them not sell America up the stream or down the stream, but them quietly helping in diplomatic ways. And what has happened within the last 2 weeks? America's friends are jumping ship on them. And I want to go through some things with you with that. Denmark is doing like what Iran did. Denmark, a peaceful, nice country like Denmark, is preparing for war. Denmark sent troops down in Greenland. Troops armed with blood, bags of blood, just in case, armed with explosives and a very big blood supply. What are the explosives for? The Danish troops have stricken suction them down at Greenland. If any sign of American hostility to come into Greenland, blow up the airfields, blow them up. That is the order that the Danish troops has down in Greenland. They've gone down there with explosives and a healthy supply of blood, just in case any of them get injured. So the whole thing is not just Iran. It's going a little further than that. Blow up the airport. Blow it up, all of them. Every entrance from here, blow it up. Then there's a fragile democracy down in Hungary with Mr. Orban trying to win back. And Trump trying to use the war to help him. Because people suspect that this is going to be a different election. And Viktor Orban could lose that, you know. And yeah, the war does push gas price up and slow down the supply chain, yes, in some respect. It does that. The USS Tripoli landing arms, I don't know if it do. Special forces on the USS Tripoli. And It gone. When Iran shot down those 50 planes last week, because I tell you, sometimes you can get some serious information from watching a movie. In the series Money Heist, in the last season of Money Heist, after Spain know that them are come, the professor them crew are come back, them have the entire communication network locked down. You know what the professor used? The Iranians. Old time communication with walkie-talkie and radio and all kind of things. It was Iranian. When I researched that, you know what I found? That the Iranians have a massive underground communication system. We're talking about hacking. Them hack. The FBI director, that idiot Kash Patel, them hack in private email and put them out. The Iranians hack in private email, put them out and said to the Americans, test way and see if we don't put out the FBI one to. The CIA want them to. Test way. See film them there? See them there? Them send plane down there. And when them look, plane, on the live and share the live, no? If you're interested in this. When them look, stealth plane, armed, surgical strike at them. Them can't find for them plane. Because Iran has been planning this war since 1979. When the CIA got on, they go extract the United States people them with the Canadian embassy. After them seize the US embassy in Tehran. Then there is Canada. In the middle of it all, Mr. Trump said he going to land some tariffs on Canada. And the Canadian Prime Minister didn't bother answer him. No matter. So I'm going to land 25 to 35% tax on everything coming from Canada. And the Canadian Prime Minister was calling bluff. Just calling bluff. And says that after 80 years of economic compliance and integration, Canada is now seeking an alternative trade and economic alliance in Europe. So the Canadians gone to Europe. They might talk to everybody in Europe. We have this who want to sell you. We used to buy that from the Americans. We'd like to buy that from you. We used to sell this to them. We'd like to sell it to you and you and you. Canada is seeking a new economic path. Every country, ever since Mr. Trump became president again, I made this on my life, the first life after he became president, that the best that every country can do is seek alternative economic alliances. And that includes Jamaica. I am confident our government is putting in, just like Canada, permanent economic measures. Permanent economic, sovereignty measures that would wean us off constant and total 100% reliance of America. Because whether you like this or not, you have to understand this, There are things that Trump put in place in 2016 that Biden didn't do anything about when he became president. I want to understand. So some people might say, well, Trump will be gone. Yeah, Trump will be gone at some point. Don't count on the fact that because he's gone, there are things that he put in place or some of them long want to do. Of course, they don't want to break up them alliance and they don't want to break up relationships. But you can't rely on the next president either to roll back some things or to sign some executive order, or the next president to actually sign something that Congress passed if it not suit him or if it not help him politically. Because presidents don't sign nothing unless that may help him politically. It might help the country, it might not, but if it help him politically, else him not sign it. He might look for where it will help feed people them that will come vote for him. So there's that. Also in Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, the Mexican president, this female president, they're also looking for new routes, new economic alliances and partners. She also tell Trump to go, in Moma, whatever. She did. So Canada and Mexico is now joining and creating a new shipping trade route, bypassing America, Canada, and Mexico. Now speaking about creating a new shipping trade route, bypassing America. Now Jamaica should not bypass America, but Jamaica should get on board with Canada and Mexico. Mr. Trump gave what makes it so laughable sometimes, and even it laughable but it's serious. When I knew, and when the world knew, any one of us knew, that the Strait of Hormuz is going to be totally Iran. Nothing Mr. Trump can do about it. The issue of 48 hours thing, Iran had 48 hours to open. The 48 hours passed. And what did he say after the 48 hours? Oh, we're looking at new things now. Because Iran now budge. Yeah? If somebody will meet with them, Iran say, who? With who? Who are you meeting with? Because we not meet with you. So apart from the special forces and the USS Tripoli, I don't know how they're going to get in the 82nd Airborne people, the Airborne Division, the 82nd Airborne 1st Division. I don't know how they're going to get them in. Because those are the first to deploy when you go to ground, when you put in the ground troops. But how can they get them in if Iran shoot out them big plane out there and the USS Tripoli parked down there and nobody can die at 7 or 11? How? I do not know. But I know this. This was an ill-advised war that was pursued because two man decide that, one wants to out of prison and the next one don't want the video go out because Netanyahu fame motivation, sustain power till him dead, because if you get out of prison, they're going to investigate and probably going to imprison him for all kind of things, including war crimes. What we do? Yes, it's going to affect the gas prices. Yes, some economic disturbance too. But I don't think it's anything big for us to be worried about. We would be worried if our government, led by Andrew Holness, is not doing what Canada and Mexico is doing without breaking with the US, without doing that. So Jamaica have to also seek new relationships, new economic pathways, new trading routes. Because of all the Caribbean nations, Jamaica is king. But there's some business everybody else survive, but they're going to want to know what we are doing. And then everybody else might want to follow up and see what we are doing and follow what we're doing as well. So there is that. It is one big mess, that war. And the last thing I heard from the email I got this afternoon was that Mr. Trump barking at everybody, including Marco Rubio and Mr. Eggface, exit, and Vance and everybody to find a solution. When asked the other day, Mr. Trump said he decided to go to war on the advice of Jared and Marco. The world is hinging on the whim of a few people. And people like we get caught up in the middle of it. But yeah, Iran put up a fight. At some point, them can always call it a victory and step away. At some point, them can always say them win and step away. The world will already know that that is not the case. Because there are Americans rooting for Iran. And when I say Americans rooting for Iran against Israel, which would mean that a good portion of Mr. Trump's base is in that. Mr. Trump's base of skinheads and Nazis and them kind of racist people there who don't like Jews. So if there is a movement against Israel in favor of Iran, a great number of his base is involved in that, which means that some of his people might suffer in November, in the midterms. We don't know. This is a war where you have to talk about it by layers, because each day something change. But it's one thing that's not changing right now, and that is Italy just told, I think yesterday or today, Italy told Israel, no, you can't land down here. We don't want your fuel here, so we don't want you pass through here. So Italy banned Israel from coming through them airspace. So has France. What the hell? I don't remember that. So has France. Both Italy and France deny Israel airspace movement or landing or base thing. What was it now? Claudia, Georgia Meloni said, I don't know. We don't know. You better come down here. We not land nothing here, so we don't want to pass in our airspace. We don't now pass to go trouble nobody. But Iran also bombing some places, like, Bahrain or UAE. Iran are go out pay things because those are American allies. So Iran are fling some stone down upon them, the people there too. In Bahrain and UAE, I don't know if Qatar getting anything, but Iran are go out a portion of things upon them as well. But the important thing for our country is that our government need to be steady and don't get jittery and don't get frittery by when the people that will love up their mouth come out and start chat crap. Don't listen to them. So we'll just need to focus on what we do and remember that his only job is the Jamaican people. And one job him have. That's the Jamaican people. Was safety, was security. And it's duty to make sure we have all the things that we need here. So him have to do what him have to do. And if doing what him have to do mean sideline America a little bit to go partner with some other people, and so be it. But the mistake that Mr. Holness must never make is not do this without telling the Americans. We can't afford that. Mexico and Canada can, but we can't. Have discussion with them. Boy, two things are going on, it's so rough. We're going to do this until them time the things settle. Keep them. So, because America is still our ally. Iran is not our ally. And America need our help with Cuba. And the only person that can get the other Caribbean countries to talk to the Cuban leaders, make them understand, say, a time for pack it up, is our Prime Minister. There's no other leader in the Caribbean who can do that, because me and Matt this year we're going to tell the Cubans themselves to stand firm and stay hungry and don't have no light and no gas and no ice cream. Yeah. So there's that. With that. So that is where I am with the war. I try very hard not to consume too much of it. I try not to. It is bad business to consume too much of that kind of thing there. When Hurricane Melissa hit, and a whole lot of people were going down, and some officials from government have to go down there every day. My advice to some people was, don't get emotional involved in it. It seems harsh, but it's true. Because when you carry that home, it weighs on you. I remember the story of this Chinese-American woman who brought out the whole death of 300,000 people, death and rape. Where was in Nanga or one place in China some years ago, where 300,000 people were killed and 600 women were raped, and how the Japanese treated the Chinese women that bad. And she researched the whole thing, wrote a book on it, wrote 2 books on it, gave speeches, walk around until them 300 dead people start to talk to her. And I mean, it sounds funny, but when you take on that burden and dig up that kind of, go so deep in that kind of, I mean, it must affect you. And that was my sole reason for not venturing out in during in the immediate aftermath of the hurricane. So I'm not going down nowhere. Went down to Manchester a couple of weeks after, but this was safe. But I wasn't going into the storm of it because it was close to Christmas. And that will mess up my mind for Christmas. It was my favorite time of the year, but couldn't afford my mind to be messed up. So I don't consume much of this war. I go with the email and the information I receive, and then I will go to Rachel Maddow, and then I'll go to Scaramucci and Cathy K, partner in politics, and have conversations and hear people's views and share mine. Not watching my TV, not turn on at all, so I can't watch that. I don't want to hear 24 hours that rolling in my head, and nobody should do. But our government should concentrate on this country and how to move on. So, all right, I have, is it 2 or 3 more things? It looks like 2 or 3 more things, or 2 or 3 more things. First thing, I want to go to the Patriots then. Them do exist. There was a group of so old man. Most of them are sleep with them one another. And them one another other people. They either sleep with them one another or them one another people. The Patriots. A group of man, a peer man. They know no woman were in there, and the woman were in there, now have no talk. Them basically, you know, the count. Yeah, I hear you. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. So, yeah. Like the life, share the life, please. So, them come out and have a whole talk about all heap of things. What I hate about these people, you see, is that they will read your charter or propose to you that they are an organization that stands for this and was created for that, not doing a damn thing about what them started to stand for or create about. But every time them get an opportunity to say something, they remind people that them still around, the 5 of them or the 10 of them, as in all the organizations in this country, most of which trying to one-up government or to seek some kind of position. There was a time in this country, particularly under Michael and yet some under PJ too, where some people think them important, so them get up and chat crap about the government consistently, and then the government give them a position. And people have been haggling for that from long before the elections. But Mr. Holness now look upon them. Nobody should listen to anything the Patriots has to say. Them do exist, them not real. Them do have a real voice, them do have no base. Them can't organize 20 people to go stand up somewhere and argue for something. If them can't do that, I'll show them some respect. I find that nobody listen to them. I'm concerned about something. And instead of speaking about it privately, I want to speak about it publicly. Because sometimes you need to speak about things publicly so everybody can understand that there's a way to go. The Prime Minister attending church services, churches celebrating 50 years in existence or whatever, funerals, as in the case that he was at Ilka Boy's funeral down in Tivoli the other day. And I believe that funerals and church services, the Prime Minister should not be there alone. I believe that at that time, Mrs. Holness is not the speaker, but she's a wife and she should accompany her husband to those church events. Funerals, church events. The Prime Minister being there alone as the Prime Minister, that look good. It's an international standard. But I don't need to tell nobody that. Prime Minister going to a funeral, when his wife schedule must match up for funerals and match up for church services. So both of them can be seen for that. Reason for that is very simple. Prime Minister is the head of the country, which makes him the commander-in-chief, not only of the army and the police force, but it makes him in the mourner-in-chief. So when a little boy, like a baby, got shot, got killed in such a way, he is the mourner-in-chief. He have to show up. He have to show up with his wife. Both of them have to show up and cry and talk to parents and spread out and give comfort, because he's also the comforter-in-chief. They have to show up at these things and try to show up as much as possible at some of these funerals. And Mrs. Holness should be there as well. Church services as well. You don't go celebrate the Arab Day Church celebrating 50 years in existence and then you show up alone. Wife should accompany you. You're your wife. Church, funeral. It's a given. And I am not giving any kind of married advice to Mr. Holness or Mrs. Holness. Not at all. Nobody never married to me yet, so I can't give them kind of advice. But it certainly gives off a better form of unity. Prime Minister of the year and all of that. So yeah, that's it. Because the Prime Minister is our big uncle and big brother and uncle and even grandfather to some. The little JC, the little boy that died, and we have to do all of that. So both of them should show up together. I believe that with all my heart. And I am putting that out there. All right. So finally, these last few words is to the people in Jerusalem. I just want to remind you all that when you know that Marva Smith died, and Marva is Carrie's sister, and you all know that Carrie is present for everybody in everything. And I'm saying that we all should show up for Marva's 9-night next Tuesday down at Carrie at 6 Wilmot Drive, down the road is from me. And I'm telling you all out, Marva, the Jews and Samarkand, Balcom Drive, Dust, Seaward Drive, everybody will come. Don't come within the too long and come drink after 2 buckle of rum when we are beg. Bring something and stop behaving like on a niggerish. Stop it. You need to come support Carrie. I want to know she need the support. I want to know she need the help. So nobody better come with them too long and come drink after liquor rum. Because I beg, we are beg rum. So nobody with it. Bring something and show some love for Carrie. Carrie needs every one of us right now. Because those two sisters are like twins. And sometimes death is a reprieve for some. While we grieve Marva's death, it also could be a reprieve for Carrie, who constantly took on everything for she and her two sisters. The other one is mentally, is a special child, older than Carrie, but a baby that Carrie have to also look after. So when I come, all around in Jerusalem, I'm going to go down there. I'm going in charge of the room. I joke, I'm not in charge of the room, but I'm going to bring something and show Carrie some love. Alright, so before we close, I want to play this. Yeah. Alright, I just want to say that, well, Friday is Good Friday. Today is Good Tuesday. And Pilate and them, they are plan to crucify God's Son. And I'm willing way to do that. Just remember that all of this was done for us, that we could be here now. And it is worth the while to not just say it is Easter and not just to say that it's Good Friday, but to remember why it's Good Friday and to celebrate it in the way that it should be celebrated, to understand that God sent His Son to sacrifice Him for our sins so that we could be here on YouTube chatting crap and cussing Nikisha Burchel. So every opportunity we get at every Easter, we must remember that. And we must act it, and live it, that this is what happened and this is what made us and now possible. And so I want to wish all of you a very happy Easter. And I hope that you find time in your heart, not only to give God thanks for what we have, but to thank Him for sending His Son. Repeat it time and time again with that. Be kind to somebody. Say a kind word to somebody. Not only Good Friday and Easter Sunday, but yeah. Now is a period for it, all right? And go easy on the bun and cheese. That's not an advice for you. That is really me talking to me. All right, so thank you all very much for joining tonight. God bless you all. Stay safe, everybody, please. And in this very busy Easter Sunday, before we close off, the kids in Jerusalem, well, my crew, my little people crew up here, Chin and Fair crew, or they'll be coming for free ice cream because one of our YouTube subscribers and listeners, very kind lady, buy ice cream for everybody. God help me. God help me. Pray for me for Easter Monday, because when that happens, pray for me. But thank you all. God bless you all. Stay safe and keep the children safe. All right? See you soon.